Guys, these questions are solve for x questions, okay? So, in the class, this will say solve for x in the following questions. Now, at the moment, what we have is question 3, which is going to be x plus 2 minus 15 over x. Now, the problem is, they're not all the same fraction. How would I give them the same denominator? What denominator would you want to give each number in this question?
1.
You'd want to give it x, because x is the denominator, is the only denominator here. So let's make sure that they all have x as a denominator. So how you do this is you go across, okay, and when you go across, okay, what you're going to be doing, so what you're going to be doing is this, guys. When you put an x on the bottom, what you have to do to the top? And if you put an x on the bottom,
X
on the top.
Sure.
So, yes?
I might follow you. Can you put not x squared on the top?
Yes, you can. So this is x squared plus 2x minus 15. Now, do you see the way I joined all the fractions into one line? See the way I did that?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
On the top, the red line, here is red.
Here? Yeah.
See what it says x plus 2x.
X means x squared.
Jack, can you just write x squared?
Yeah, you could write x squared at the start if you wanted.
Yeah.
Sean?
How come you don't have to multiply 15 by x?
Because it already has an x in the bottom. See, if you multiply any number, this see the way I can cancel the x with the x,
Yeah.
and it still leaves x, which is the original question.
Yeah.
And see the way I can cancel the x and the x here, and it still leaves 2, which is the original question.
Yeah.
15 over x is still exactly as it was at the start of the question. If I put an x here, above and below, it would change the question then.
Why can't you?
Oh, sorry, I could do an x above and below, but this will turn this one into an x squared. We don't want that.
Okay.
We want the denominator supposed to be x.
Why can't you just cancel all the bottom line?
We can now cancel all the bottom line. Because the bottom line, if we cross multiply, guys, so anybody ever remembered this before, right? If I said 10 divided by 2 equals 5, you'd all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
And if I move the 2 up here, what happens? 10 equals 2 multiplied by?
5.
We still agree with that, don't we?
Yeah.
So I'm going to move the x up in a similar fashion. And what's x times 0? 0. 0 times anything is 0. So now we're left with this here. Okay? And guys, what's the reference number here?
15.
Minus 15. Minus 15. Okay?
It's 15.
Sir, could there be such thing as 0 squared?
Huh?
Could there be such thing as 0 squared?
It's still 0.
But if you multiply 0 by 0, it's not 0 squared.
Still 0. 0 squared, which is still 0. Okay? Now guys, what two numbers multiply to make 15?
Plus 5 minus 3.
So plus 5 and minus 3. So we have x plus 5, x minus 3. Now guys, what do we remember from the two exercises ago? How do I finish this up? How do I finish this up?
X plus 5 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0.
X plus 5 equals 0, x equals minus 5,
X minus 3 equals 0.
x minus 3 equals 0,
X equals 3.
x equals 3. Okay. So, what we have here. Okay. So, the next one is basically question 6 is more or less the same thing, but we'll try it out. I'll try question 6, and then when 6 is done, I'll do number 12. Okay, guys. So number 6. Okay. So with number 6, what's the denominator we want to give each one again? Same as last one. X. So if there's an x on the bottom, x on the top turns that into 3x
Squared.
X on the bottom, x on the top. Now, what I would have told you guys before is something like this. If you have a fraction, a quarter plus 2 quarters equals 3 quarters. You see the way there's a quarter, there's 4 is being divided on both sides, correct?
Yeah.
And currently it's equal. But if I do this, cross off all the 4's, is it still equal?
Yeah.
1 plus 2 is equal to 3, it's still equal. We're going to use this logic on this question here, where there's x on both sides, and what we do is we eliminate the x's. Once you eliminate the x's, bring the 3 and the 8x over to one side. What happens to the 8x when it crosses the equal sign? The minus 8x.
Plus 8x.
Plus 8x. And what about the plus 3 when across the equal
Minus
sign?
3.
Minus 3. Now all of a sudden you have another reference number. Difference is with this reference number is it's not the short reference number, it's the long reference one. Okay, so guys, reference number here,
9.
3 multiplied by 3 is 9. Okay, and then what two numbers? What two numbers?
I'd say
9 and 1.
9 and 1.
9 and 1.
Plus 9 minus 1.
Plus 9 and minus 1. Now remember, we split this in half. So we do 3x squared
Plus 9x.
Plus 9
Minus 1x minus 3.
minus 1x minus 3 equals 0. Now, last one person. Sam,
Yeah.
can you take out, what can you take out of the two of these?
3 and x.
3 and x. And what's left over?
X
Yeah.
plus
X plus 3, yeah. And what do we know about the second bracket automatically?
x 3.
It will be the same.
X plus 3. And then, what number goes in here? Minus 1, because minus 1 times x is minus 1x. Minus 1 times plus 3, minus 3. So you know you're correct then, okay? Now what's the next step, Pilco? 3x minus 1, x plus 3 equals 0. Now guys, what do we do next?
3x minus 1 equals 0. 3x equals 1. X equals 1 over 3.
3x minus 1 equals 0. And then what?
3x equals 1.
3x equals 1, x equals?
Alright.
What was it?
1 over 3.
1 over 3. And then after that,
X plus 3 equals 0.
x plus 3 equals 0.
X equals minus 3.
X equals minus 3. So guys, what we've done there is we've done 3, 6. We've done 3 and 6, okay? What I actually will do is I will do number 9 and we'll leave it there, and then I'll give you some of the easier questions to start this exercise. So you don't do too much in one day, because otherwise we just lose track of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, last one, number 9. Okay, now number 9 is a bit easier than you might think. Now, can anybody tell me, what should we do to both sides? It's the same as we've done the last two questions. So put,
Common denominator of x, if that's okay.
yeah. Now, what happens now?
The other side is write it out, you write one big line. Yeah, you can cancel it.
Exactly. And now bring the 1 over to your side.
6 minus 1.
Equals 0. Now guys, there's a similar question. Now, a lot of people get this one wrong, right? Because they treat it like this. This is a question, I'm writing down a question here that looks similar to this one, but its answer is completely different. How did you do the one I've just written down? X into what?
x1
Equals?
0.
And then x equals 0 or x minus 1 equals?
0.
And then x equals 1. We're going to do something similar here. What do we do? It's not the same thing.
You put x squared outside.
We put x into both brackets.
X minus 1 in both.
X plus 1, x minus 1. It's what's called the difference of the two squares.
X equals.
You would have seen me do something like this before, guys. X squared minus 4 is x squared minus 2 squared is x plus 2, x minus 2. You would have done this exercise 2 exercises ago is when you would have done this. Okay? And then we get x equals minus 1, x equals plus 1. Okay guys, so that is as far as we're going to go today with this.
Oh, this is the mark.